Welcome to part 2 of the perimenopause anxiety to capacity. Perimenopause is fundamentally a time of change in our bodies and our brains. And it's not just affecting our reproductive organs, our reproductive system. It is, of course, affecting our whole system, emotional, cognitive, and physical. And that's why the symptoms that we experience can be so wide-ranging and confusing. So I approach this time holistically and using a nervous system that is a body-focused lens helps us to understand what's happening and how we can restore our capacity, our energy, our focus, and ourselves, rather than managing symptoms or blaming ourselves for not managing very well at all. So why does this matter? Well, it matters because women are half of the world's population and we deserve better. Up to 25% of women report symptoms in perimenopause that are so distressing that they affect their relationships, their work, and their whole quality of life. And I know from the earlier years of my perimenopausal journey that began 10 years ago now, that you lose the sense of the person that you've always been and start behaving in ways and feeling as though you're totally out of control and you don't recognize yourself anymore. And a lot of women are experiencing anxiety, brain fog, emotional reactivity, exhaustion, and a lot of physical symptoms that don't always make very much sense at all. And the most difficult part of this is that often nothing seems to have changed on the outside. The people around us expect us to carry on as normal and be the same as we always were, but nothing feels normal anymore, and a lot of it feels harder inside. So what's actually changing here? Well, as I said, perimenopause is a whole system transition. It is, of course, a normal, natural, biological, neuro-biological change in a woman's life. We're supposed to go through this, but we're not supposed to suffer. But because many of us arrive at perimenopause having pushed through and kept things going on all levels for decades sometimes, many of us arrive at this phase in our lives with a sense of being on the edge. We're at capacity. We keep things going, we're fine, but the strategies that we've had to do that stop working. When we're going through this transition, our stress tolerance drops because of this drop in estrogen, and our recovery takes longer. And it's not a failure. It's our physiology responding to change, and it's affecting our bodies and our brains. So why is the nervous system so important? Well, the autonomic nervous system is what regulates our stress, helps regulate emotion and our energy. And it's interacting with all the other symptoms. So it is in charge, the autonomic nervous system is in charge of signaling safety or threat in the body. And when safety or threat is signaled in the body, that something happens that shocks or surprises or delights or frightens us, it is the body that reacts first. And this information is sent from the body to the brain, and the mind comes up with a thought, an idea, a meaning, and sends a corresponding message back to the body. So the nervous system is interacting with all of the systems. So In the class that I taught, I highlighted anxiety because it's one of the most noticeable symptoms, but it's just one signal of a reduced capacity in the system, the cup that got too full and now the water's overflowing. But in nervous system terms, through a somatic lens, anxiety is like an umbrella term for a body sensation that occurs in response to stress that then cascades into an emotion, a thought, and more sensation. And this is happening automatically. Anxiety, we can think of it as a message from the body. So we can't resolve this through logic or thinking or understanding alone. So much of the work we do is around mind and mindset, but that's only 20% of what's going on. The other 80% is happening in the body. And although we feel anxiety right now in the present, it's often rooted in past stress or trauma and is being triggered by cues rather than actual current danger. There isn't really a saber-toothed tiger charging towards us. Someone shouted, there was a smell, there was a particular situation that sends the body into alert. And the estrogen cushion that's kept us going and has kept us accommodating, it's now thinning, and we feel everything so much more. So anxiety is a body-based state. It's not a thinking problem. And it, along with many other symptoms, reduces when the threat response in the body is settled and a felt sense of safety is restored. So our real aim in perimenopause, in life, but particularly in this transition phase when we are naturally much more sensitive as we go through this huge change, the real aim isn't just symptom control, it's homeostasis, it's balance and well-being so that we can thrive. We want more steadiness, we want more calm, we want to feel grounded and confident, and we want to have a choice back in how we respond to situations. So we really want and need more space. And doing more isn't helping because pushing through is draining us. And adding more things in just adds to the cognitive load that is already quite large for most of us. And worry about our symptoms and managing symptoms increases the nervous system activation. So there's more bracing, more of this fight-flight response in the system. And what our bodies and brains need right now is to stop pushing. We need more support, not more effort. So what creates sustainable change? Well, nervous system attuning to signals of rest, this down regulation. We want body-based regulation, tools, practices that restore the system and reduce the stress patterns and behaviors. We need to be reminding the body of safety in small, consistent ways. And we want to be eating well, sleeping well, moving in alignment with our cycle. And ideally, we will be doing this in community with support from other women who know what we're talking about, who know how we feel. And so we're not managing this alone. So I've developed a course, a sharing circle, around 7 keys to thrive. It's a holistic approach because we want to regulate the stress response, as I said, have good nutrition, movement that suits us, that restores and nurtures, sleep and rest, cycle awareness, light, nature, and this social interaction that is a cue of safety and connection. to our nervous system. So I've created Reconnect. It's specifically for women going through this transition, going through perimenopause. It may even be that you've reached menopause and you're still struggling. So it's a 6-week support circle, and it's designed to do all of these things, to restore nervous system capacity, reduce anxiety and overwhelm and reactivity, and to help you feel steadier, clearer, and more yourself again. You want to be feeling in control. We need information because information allows us to advocate for ourselves, and it helps us feel more confident that we know what's going on and we know what to do about it. So we'll also be creating your personalized blueprint to thrive in perimenopause, because this transition needs support, not more effort. And the heart of this sharing circle isn't just a course, it's not just a program, it's not more doing. It's about receiving support throughout the whole system, in the body and in the brain. And that's why at the heart of Reconnect is the Rest and Restore protocol. Now, this is a 5-hour listening protocol. It's therapist-led, i.e. you can't just do it on your own. And it's a clinical grade therapeutic protocol. It's designed by Porges, who is the founder of the Polyvagal Institute, and it's created in association with Unite. So they provide the listening platform. And it's designed to give the nervous system deep, consistent rest and restore homeostasis. And there's no effort required, there's no technique. You don't need to do anything. You simply relax, or the best you can, and music is delivered through headphones to your device, usually your phone. And the reported benefits of listening to this 5-hour protocol is improved sleep and the ability to settle at night, reduces anxiety, restlessness, and internal agitation. It's supporting digestion and gut comfort, so reducing inflammation that comes alongside ongoing stress in the system. And it helps to ease pain, tension, and bracing patterns, restoring our energy and regaining resilience. So capacity is restored through repeated guided rest, not effort. So what you get with Reconnect is a 1-year license for Rest and Restored protocol. And we do both guided group and independent therapeutic listening over the course of 6 weeks. We also have 6 live circle sessions for listening together, but also for movement, reflection, and coaching around these 7 keys to thrive. There's also ongoing group support throughout the 6 weeks, and this is off Facebook. And with the course, you also have the somatic stress toolkit. So this is a self-paced course that you can do at the same time, but it's also a standalone. You keep it, you have lifetime access, and you access these 21 days of short, simple, somatic, body-based tools to regulate your nervous system. And we create this personalized blueprint that works for you and your rhythm and your life so that you can thrive in perimenopause. So the practical information is that we start on Wednesday, the 25th of February. That will be the first of the 6 live circles. And it begins at 7:30 European Central Time. That's 6:30 in the UK, for example. There's no class in Easter week. We have the live coaching and listening circle every week except that week, and recordings will be available on a course platform. As I said before, we have ongoing support, and it's a small group. I'm limiting this to 10 women so that everyone gets the support that you need and the space and time to explore and be heard and reflect. The pay in full price, and this is a beta price, this is the lowest price that this course will ever be, is £347 or 2 payments if you need to spread that of £180. And you can go to the QR code right now and find more information, full details of written out for you if you scan the QR code, or you can come back to this page and use the sales page web address. You can also look up a little bit more about Rest and Restore protocol, and I've put the website there for more information. So I really hope that you join me to reconnect, to get feeling like yourself again, have more energy and focus for the things and people that matter, and make your life about more than just symptom management. So I invite you to invest now to feel in control of your life again and your body, and set up a blueprint for thriving into what the Japanese have called your second spring. This is your invitation to be and feel supported.